This is Ashley Hames, a complete waster. He's 35, he's never had a job, he's spent his life a child. Now though, things have got to change. He's being sent to work in jobs so brutal it'll push him to breaking point. 'Cause for Ashley Hames, it's time to grow up.
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
Moonlight Basin in the American state of Montana is home to a rare breed of male, for in these treacherous mountains, supremely fit, stupidly brave men take on the elements to keep us less masculine losers out of harm. In fact, the mountain rescue team here saves the lives of up to 350 people a year, and in my quest to discover the true essence of manhood, it's now time for them to save me from a lifetime of slovenliness. If over 7 days I can pick up just a smidgen of the hardiness Chris Shelley and his team display in spades, I will consider my trek here a success. Even so, I can already tell it's going to be, well, bloody awful.
I don't like snow, I hate being cold, I'm scared of heights, and I've never rescued anyone in my life. So the prospect of being part of the mountain rescue team here in Montana is a pretty daunting one, to say the least.
Hey there, are you Ashley?
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. Welcome to Moonlight Basin.
It's fucking freezing
Come
out
on
there.
in. Welcome to the mountains, man. When I first saw Ashley, it doesn't seem like a typical Montana mountain type of person that we have around here. We'll try to change that. We'll make you a little bit tougher, a little bit more of a man, right? Huh? So this will be your jacket right here.
It is slightly loose fitting.
Yeah, we'll put some muscle on you. You have to have the desire, and you have to be willing to put up with a really harsh environment and low pay. And I don't think Ashley's into any of those.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's head out.
Let's not do that though.
No. Those are fragile.
He's a bit macho, this fella, and I'm not quite sure how he's going to take the Hames brand of spectacular ineptitude.
Your hand's touching my leg.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do live in Montana.
Where the men are men.
And the women are too.
Well, let's see how this woman-man measures up under true pressure. The Moonlight Basin district of Montana is a huge setup. Chris and his team are responsible for over 4,000 acres of mountainside, rising up to a literally breathtaking 11,000 feet. They provide a lifeline for any mortal dumb enough to get lost or injured in the mountains. And if I'm to step into his man-sized ski shoes, I've got to give this pumped-up alpha male type a run for his money. One major hazard here is the risk of avalanche, and anyone buried beneath the snow will suffocate within 15 minutes. It's therefore deemed essential that I learn how to quickly track down anyone caught buried using a beacon receiver and, yes, probe.
Did you and your mates ever giggle when you were told that you had to use a probe?
A probe?
on the job?
We're professional.
Okay, so no giggling at all.
No.
There's nothing funny about probing, is there?
No. Throw that thing out. Watch out for other skiers. There you go.
Am I good to go with it like
No,
that?
you're not. You want me to fix this for you?
I wish it wasn't snowing today.
No, I don't really know.
We aren't going to get on. To be honest, Chris is a little bit serious, whereas I am incredibly stupid. So between us, it's just never going to happen.
Slow. Fucking fuck's sake. Come on, let's go. Get up. That's unacceptable. Very nonchalant, lazy, almost comical. Well, here that's life dependent, so we take it really seriously, and you can't have that attitude. Okay, let's stand up on your feet.
That way, over there.
Are you sure?
Yep.
How can you be sure sitting on your ass? Okay, come over this way a little bit.
Okay, I got you.
That could be your mom down there, your best friend, your brother. Let's go. Have a system. There you go.
Okay,
Get out your
that's
shovel.
it.
Dig. Get out your shovel and dig. Leave the probe right there. Yep, come on. Time's of the essence here. Come on, put that together.
Why the fuck isn't that working?
Come on. Dig. Now. Your probe's over here, right? Didn't you hit your buddy?
It's fair to say that Chris, with his studied motivational Americanisms,
Come on, Muscles, let's go. It's your buddy down there.
is, to be honest, starting to grate a little.
Come on, Ashley, you do better than that. Let's go.
What's more, despite Chris being hell-bent on finding his precious beacon contraption, I just want to go and make snow angels.
You're right on top of him. Come on.
Okay.
Hallelujah! We finally found our coffee flask.
That's it.
If this had been a person, how would you have rated their chances of survival?
They wouldn't have survived.
Great. All that for nothing.
He doesn't understand the ramifications of what goes on. Someone's drowning under the snow that we have to get to, so that's a very serious aspect that we never joke around with at all.
Yes, it's a laugh a minute on the slopes of Montana. But all of a sudden, it really is time to buck up as an emergency call comes crackling through the airwaves. Within minutes, Chris and his team are on their way to the scene. My only problem is being able to keep up.
Fucking hell.
My skiing skills are just not up to the job. Neither, though, are this amateur's, a complete novice whose ill-advised foray from the nursery slopes has left him with much more than a bruised ego.
I have a shoulder that is out for sure.
Unfortunately, my late arrival left me in a rather egg-on-face situation too.
Fucking hell. Oh, fuck.
I hadn't even got the chance to help the hapless ne'er-do-well back down to base camp.
Well, I arrived a bit late on the scene because my skiing just isn't as good as these guys. And I'm falling behind schedule.
As first days go, this hasn't been exactly brilliant. It's hideously early the next morning, and already there's an urgent alert. It snowed heavily overnight, and for the safety of everyone on the mountain today, we've got to risk our own necks using high explosives to launch controlled avalanches.
So, Chris, new day, a new adventure.
Yep, it's gonna be great.
And a new man with a beard. I need a beard, otherwise if I had a beard...
Ashley, let's focus.
Well, that was me told.
Okay.
Now
That's
back
probably
to the
pretty good.
task in hand, which in this case means over 2.5 pounds of live
Slow that down a little bit,
explosives.
please. Yell fire in the hole so everyone can hear you.
Fire in the hole!
Good. Throw it right over the edge. Throw it like you mean it. Beautiful. There we go.
Okay,
Let's go see our work. See all the cracks?
okay. So one more blast is going to see this lot off, eh?
Yep.
I'm beginning to see the upside of being a Montana ski patroller. Throwing live hand grenades for a living isn't so bad. The reason we're here, though, is to control
something you
avalanches.
deal with.
Chris has seen their destructive force firsthand.
I mean, you've pulled people out of avalanches that are not alive. What's that like for you?
It's a bad day. You know, there's no other way to put it.
Yeah.
It's not good for anyone.
Is that something you think about?
Yeah, it affects you, for sure.
It's something I know I would struggle on a personal level to have to deal with. In fact, when it comes to any form of burial, in my mind it's something that should be strictly reserved for the dead. Worryingly, Chris, when it comes to my opinions, though, is not one to concur.
You're going to be buried in the snow. We have a hole already dug for you. We're going to put you in that hole, cover you up with snow.
I do get quite claustrophobic.
You're going to be very claustrophobic in this case.
I know what Chris is doing. He's looking to toughen me up and break the idiot side of my personality. By burying me alive and then sodding off for an hour or two, I know he's got every chance of succeeding.
Oh my God. So am I doing this for real now?
The team I'm relying on to prevent a tragic, lonely death right here on the slopes is dog handler Chris Sherman and his bitch Lulu. Dogs like Lulu save victims of avalanches every year. I just hope to God that today isn't her off day.
This isn't going to collapse, is it?
No.
Is he doing? Don't do it anymore, please.
What really doesn't help is that I can't get the words icy, tomb and slow lingering death out of my head.
Right, it's getting really dark now.
I can't help but imagine what this might be like for real, and no one coming to help.
I'm slightly fearful that, because it's snowing outside, the tracks that Sherm and the dogs have left behind are going to be covered over and disappear, and they're not going to remember where they left me. So I've got to hope that these dogs are pretty well trained up. God, just imagine it. Being buried in this stuff.
Luckily, I know my patrollers are consummate professionals.
I could do with a cup of tea, I tell you.
Could have another cup of coffee, though.
Although it feels like I've been trapped in my tomb for hours now, it's been just over 20 minutes.
It's freezing.
If Chris and his gang were determined to scare me into action, well, it's bloody well working.
Fucking mess around.
Life in the Montana mountains really is no laughing matter, and as I was to find out, risking all to save even one life in these hideously bitter conditions would be the true making of any man.
You know, that's what we do every day, all day long.
I just feel brutalised. That's really freaking me out.
God, that's pathetic.
In my worldwide quest to discover the true essence of manhood, I've signed up to stand shoulder to shoulder with the mountain men of Montana. No-nonsense, overdeveloped types charged with keeping the peaks of one of North America's most extreme sporting grounds safe for all and sundry. I get the impression they haven't been too enamoured with my performance so far, culminating in a frankly pants-wetting 45 minutes left 6 feet under as a lost cause.
Oh, fantastic. Hello.
Thanks to Lulu though, my career and indeed life here is not yet chip wrappers. However, following this enforced rebirth into the world of the Montana man, I feel determined to now give it my all. What Chris had in store today though would test that wishful thinking to the very core.
We're gonna take our skis off, strap them on our back
Okay.
with all of our gear, and we hike up there. Really steep, really rocky, really slippery.
How cold is it today, Chris? Any idea?
It's about -10 Celsius.
The old cheeky -10, is it? Yeah. Cheeky -10.
It's balmy day.
Yeah. Good day.
We're gonna walk all the way up there.
That's quite high.
Yeah, it's a long ways up. I mean, we're already at 3,000 meters, so.
Are we?
Yep.
Follow Brian.
Follow Brian's steps, yep. Kick the steps in.
The most intense rescue situations this lot often have to deal with take place far away from the pistes. It's therefore essential that I'm able to keep up over even the roughest of terrains.
It's so cold. Hang on, my face is freezing.
Come on, don't be so pathetic. Let's go. Use Brian's steps. He's already up there. Yeah. That's
Today
much
the wind
better.
is driving in from the east at 60 miles an hour, and with the wind chill factor, it's a bone-numbing -30.
I almost went into shock though.
Pretty cold, isn't it?
That's really freaking out.
Yeah.
We're going to be climbing to a dizzying 10,200 feet, but my body is refusing to play ball. I suddenly feel incredibly lightheaded, I'm freezing, and to cap it all, I appear to be coughing up blood.
Ashley's just spat a whole mouthful of blood. Are you shitting me?
I just spat blood there.
Did you bite your tongue?
No. Is that normal?
No, it's not normal. You're not the best physical specimen either, so that's probably not going to help. All right, let's get going. We got work to do.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, I got it. Sorry, I'm just having a word. I'm putting one foot in front of the other at the
All right,
moment, and
here
I'm
we go,
spitting up
Ashley.
blood. I mean, not ideal.
Not ideal, in fact, very far from ideal. My heart is sinking with every step. This, to be frank, is a bloody horrible way to make a living. It's crap, I hate it, and I want to go home.
It's so cold, and the wind is bitter.
And yet this all seems to be in a day's work for Brian and Chris. It's clear to me now that we're most definitely not made of the same stuff.
These conditions are officially the worst weather conditions I've ever been in my life.
The sheer freezing numbness of it all leaves me almost delirious. Each step is harder than the last, and I can feel, well, a hissy fit coming on.
How you feel?
I just feel brutalised.
Yeah, average day for us. You know, this is what we do every day, all day long.
All right. I swear at this moment I'm just thinking, I don't know how you do this.
No,
That's what I'm thinking.
it's not for the glory or the money, that's for sure.
I swear to God, if an avalanche came now, I'd just go with it.
Yeah, you wouldn't want that. I mean, avalanches happen right where we're standing.
Mate, I wouldn't give a shit.
Yep.
If it took me now, I'd just go with it.
Okay, that might have sounded like the wailings of a spoilt little girl, but physically I knew I just couldn't go on. The boys were left with no option but to reluctantly steer me back to base camp, with my tail firmly wedged between my legs. I had failed miserably. It's day 3. After the morning briefing, I take the chance to have a chat with Chris. He thinks I'm a twerp, and at this stage in my journey to becoming a ski patroller, I'm inclined to agree.
I don't think I could do what you do, Chris.
I don't think you could either.
No.
No. I don't think you could.
What makes you say that?
Your work ethic. Your attitude. Your physical agility.
Well, that's some list, and it's obvious that I either get my act together or get out. But I'm not ready for quitting just yet. Chris decides that I need some extra training, and Kevin, aka Sheriff, draws the short straw.
Well, when I first met Ashley, I was wondering, I wonder if this guy is going to be tough enough to be able to last a week with us.
The med sled is a vital piece of equipment, and every ski patroller worth their salt needs to be able to ski with it. A willing victim is chosen to be my patient, and I have one final chance to prove I'm not utterly worthless here.
Ashley, I'll take care of the tail rope, and you're driving the horns.
Okay, fine. So I'll take the lead up here.
With Sheriff on the tail rope and my patient safely strapped in, something incredible begins to happen. It appears that this is something that I might actually be able to do.
He still's got a long way to go as far as his skiing ability.
I can control it, so that fills me with a little bit of confidence if we do get a call out, you know.
Patient survived as well.
Now get your lazy ass out of there. Go and buy us some lunch.
He did good. He improved each day. He made great strides.
Well, I'll take great strides over useless tosser any day of the week. Maybe there is a chance I might become a mountain rescuer after all. Only trouble is, I haven't actually rescued anybody yet. What I need is a full-scale disaster.
Got a crisis on the slopes of Montana, haven't we, Kevin?
Well, every once in a while, mechanical problems happen.
The main lift has broken down and 400 stranded skiers are in urgent need of my assistance.
Stay calm. Do not panic. That's reassuring them, isn't it?
I think so. Either that or they're very nervous now.
Be nice to each other. Make polite conversation. All resources are being used to aid your safety.
What sources are those?
No idea. I was completely winging it.
Without me, these people would perish.
I will not let you die. And just as my reassurances are beginning to wear a little thin, someone else saves them.
We've got the lift going.
Along with my ass.
We've saved them. This guy was asleep on the job. Finally woke up. It's all working again. Well done, everyone. Well done.
So there it is, my first rescue under my belt and time to bask in a little glory.
Well done. This young girl is going to go off sloping down that hill happy, aren't you?
Yes.
Happy as Larry.
All because of you. Thank you.
You don't need to thank me, it's all part of the job.
Okay.
I have ended up actually helping people
brought
for
it all
real.
together. Yeah, you're part of the team for sure.
Great stuff.
Congratulations. Fix your backpack there, huh?
I still need help on certain things, don't I?
There we go.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
He's doing better today. He's doing much, much better with customer service, and he's on his way, slowly. Thanks, Ashley. Good work, man.
Against all odds, I have somehow managed to impress the Iceman himself. An hour later, though, as a distress call comes in, the stakes are suddenly raised through the roof. All we know is that two young girls are in difficulty, having skied off-piste. Their position is on the other side of Lone Pine Peak, my nemesis, the mountain that broke me.
I cannot begin to tell you how cold it is. I wouldn't even make a guess at the wind speed. All I know is that my face feels like I've been to the dentist. I was completely numb. Can't feel a thing.
For the first time in my life, somebody else is relying on me. Turning back just isn't an option. The two girls are in thick forest. We finally find them, and one of them is in pain.
Hey, which one are you hurt, eh?
This one.
Let me take a look at it. Okay, you fractured your arm. What we'll do is we'll put a sling...
My mind is racing, but all of Chris's training is finally kicking in.
Shall I take her board off or just leave her here, Kevin?
Yeah, if you'd like to remove it, because we'll need to put her in the toboggan.
Okay. Lie down and we'll shuffle you
Go
up.
ahead and lie down.
That's the way.
There you go. Have you ever ridden in a toboggan before, Kelsey?
No.
Okay. Well, it's a very smooth ride. Ashley here is a very good driver.
This is news to me, but I'm genuinely touched by Kevin's trust in my abilities. My only hope now is that I can step up and take the lead on the med sled.
I'd suggest maybe going down through that way, and we'll have the quickest access out of here.
Okay.
The weather is closing. It's vital we get Kelsey off the mountain as quickly as possible. Brian takes the tail rope. His job is to act as brake. Just as we hit the steep section, I feel the sled pick up speed behind me. It takes everything I've got to bring it to a halt.
What happened there? I was going real fast.
Yeah, you were. That's because we lost the tail rope. The
Okay.
tail rope came off. Do you know what happened?
Piece of ice and it just popped off.
Okay.
It
So
opened
we're
the
good
gate
to
and
carry
fell
on
off.
though, are we?
Good. That was a very good recovery, actually.
Right. Kelsey, you okay? Okay, guys. Shall I just carry on? Okay.
With the brake rope back on, we can get Kelsey off the mountain and to some urgent medical attention.
Definitely a big improvement from day one until the last day here. You know, today was kind of the pinnacle. You know, we had some accidents, people getting injured. He did stuff. It took a lot of pushing and shoving and some pulling and some name calling, but yeah, he did all right.
My time here was at an end. I'd found my level, and although it was low, at least I was no longer a complete zero.
If I was on a slope and I had a broken leg, I'd be happy to see Ashley show up, absolutely.
When the shit had hit the fan, I'd done my bit and could at least in part call myself a Montana mountain rescue man. Yes, it had nearly finished me, but by Christ, it had toughened me up for whatever journeys lay ahead in my quest to find the true essence of manhood.
I thank you. That's a real honour. See you later, fellas. I got my old life to go back to.
There will be someone here that remembers Ashley's smile. Yes, there will. Yeah. I think we all will.
Through jagged peaks and down, dead panic rushes in, breathless with devastation. The cold, thundering roar that builds and builds, releasing now to spill pure, mindless, natural force that's driven down and down, gravity taking hold of rocks and trees, falling and tumbling, burying in its path arms, legs, skis, poles, and silence. Smothering and heavy, deafening the peace.